Glamour couples, power couples, it couples, and everything else you can think of are associated with Hollywood. We are curious about the lives of our favorite celebrities when they find love. Fans are accustomed to the fact that relationships in Hollywood come and go quickly, much like a July cloud. Our gentlemen might be hound dogs. Take Kevin, for instance, with the women he supposedly had an affair with, such as Carla Bruni, dubbed France's First Lady, Naomi Campbell, and even his baseball star pal, Cal Ripken's wife.
That's my boy right there.
You can say he ain't got a type. The Yellowstone actor loved him some pearly panty Gates, and you'll be finding out why in a little bit. With a college sweetheart relationship to back him up, Kevin Costner was a Hollywood darling throughout the 1980s and 1990s. However, like practically all Hollywood stars, his love life is, well, shall we say, a stankin' mess. We want to discover why. May he have committed the same error in his first marriage? Kevin was an expert morning slipper. That much is certain. No one portrays tough guys with sensitive sides quite like Kevin Costner, who has starred in far too many movies to count. But we are aware that is not the reason you're here, is it? In his heyday, Kevin was smashing down the ladies' walls, but his love life was a dead duck behind the Hollywood heartthrob persona. Let me say right now that we are not even exaggerating, but let's go back in time first. The two-time Academy Award winner was born on January 18, 1955 in Linwood, California. His father's job required him to move regularly, and Kevin says this made him the new kid every time, which led to him being a daydreamer. Despite his height, he said he was only 5'2" when he graduated high school. It's safe to say he wasn't getting any. Could this have been the reason for his tingles for women? He enrolled at California State University at Fullerton in 1973, majoring in business, even though he would not pursue this job later in life. It was there that he first met Cindy Costner, who would become his wife.
I worked fishing boats, I drove trucks, I sought out adventure wherever I could. So I was a stage manager for 3 years at Raleigh Studio.
He continued by saying that he had previously worked as a tour guide in Hollywood. Talk about hard work. He held all of these positions before landing a role in what we like to refer to as fantasy jobs on the big screen. Before breaking out as a megastar, he was a regular guy in Hollywood. However, everything changed when he flew from Mexico and met Richard Burton. Back to his college sweetheart, Kevin spoke to People in 1989 about his first date with Cindy. Finding someone who makes you feel euphoric and proud can do that to you, which is why it was painful when friends and fans learned the pair was splitting up. You see, Cindy, who worked for Delta Airlines at the time, was enthusiastic about Kevin's profession when it was just beginning. At that time, he was a stage manager. But when Costner's career took off and his schedule became more demanding than Cindy had become accustomed to as her husband worked as a stage manager, things started to get a little problematic for the sunny pair. Hold on to your horses, because I'll explain why his divorce ended up being one of the most expensive Hollywood divorces ever in a moment. His divorce cost him a pretty penny. Kevin paid a settlement of $80 million. The temptations are pretty strong, and there's a hungry world out there waiting for you to fall, so you can't even dabble without paying a huge price. The Yellowstone actor revealed it to the media. This suggests that he indeed has a wandering eye, which is said to have contributed to his first divorce. He even acknowledged that marriage was hard, according to the New York Daily News. You see, at the time, it was claimed that Costner had an illicit relationship with a 35-year-old hula dancer who performed at the Mauna Lani Bay Hotel, where the sci-fi movie he featured in was filmed. He allegedly had an affair with Amaral, a mother of 3 children whose husband had previously disputed the allegations. Whatever the truth of the rumors, a studio insider told People's Report that Kevin enjoyed a lot of attention from the other women. In addition to his claimed liaison with Amaral, there were rumors that Kevin had previously cheated on Cindy with a club hostess named Sherry Stewart, despite his denials.
A man who portrays such a family image, shouldn't be doing what he did behind that, on the other side of the fence, so to speak.
I know you might be wondering, what did he do? Well, you're about to find out, and you can be the judge of what transpired.
Well, I phoned him because I said to him that this was going on and that I needed his help, and we spoke for an hour on the phone. His reaction was, "You deal with it." And I said to him, "I don't deal with the press. I need your help. This is affecting you more than it is me." And he was like, "Well, You gotta deal with it.
Is it best if she handles it? Sherry further said that Kevin instructed her to keep in mind that it was his wife, family, career, and a long list of other commitments, as if that were not the most ludicrous thing he could have said. Like, Kevin, what about her? Like she was getting the heat of the affair. Even though she was unaware of Kevin's identity at the time of their relationship. Sherry sure did dance with the wolves on that one, I tell ya. Costner instinctively approaching any woman that caught his eye was what broke his first marriage. And in his defense, he is a true rogue who likes all women. That was not all though, as his busy schedule took him away from his family life, and after 16 years of marriage, they broke up. After the split, Kevin was left to explore as he wanted, although he said that due to his painful divorce, he was afraid of loving. This was until he met handbag designer and model Christine Baumgartner. And like a fairy tale, they fell in love. However, before he became involved with his second wife, he dated Bridget Rooney, an actress and the niece of the late Dan Rooney. They dated for a short period, but during that time, Liam Costner was born. It was not without drama though. According to an article from People magazine from 2002, Kevin appeared to be unsure of his paternity, had reportedly refused to accept a child, and insisted on a paternity test as soon as Liam was born. Here is the tale of how Kevin met his second wife, which will have the greatest influence on his life in 2023. We exchanged numbers, and I told her that I would. Did she mind if I called her in 2 weeks? I did not realize that was like an insult to a woman. Kevin first met Christine on a golf course in the 1980s, while he was still married to his first wife, Cindy Silva. They met again after his divorce from Cindy, and from there, love bloomed between the two. Although they had to call it quits briefly because, as he told Closer Weekly in 2018, fear kept me from marrying Christine. She wanted a child, and I was afraid I couldn't be an effective father. However, he got over the fear because he just could not see himself losing a woman who would be willing to be with me to my very last breath. So he sucked it up and said yes. He claimed that occasionally, you discover that what you're most terrified of will save your life. As a result of this epiphany, Baumgartner and Costner were united in marriage in a dreamy ceremony in September 2004. They later welcomed 3 children, making Kevin the father of 7 children by 3 different women. It is with great sadness that circumstances beyond his control have transpired, which have resulted in Mr. Costner having to participate in a dissolution of marriage action. According to a source who spoke to People magazine, Kevin's busy schedule appears to be the cause of this divorce. After 18 years of marriage, Christine filed for divorce but did not specify why. She merely stated irreconcilable differences on the court documents. They want to share custody of their kids. I suppose we might claim Kevin became wise after his first divorce and set up a good prenup. But how could Christine consent to this? Kevin specifies a prenup involving spousal maintenance, legal bills, and properties. An insider says, the hope is he'll have some protection. A rumor that he got a woman on set pregnant has surfaced on the internet, and judging from his past, we wouldn't be surprised if it was accurate. However, the actor claims the rumor is baseless. If you enjoyed this video, let us know below, and share your thoughts on Kevin in the comment section. Thank you for watching.